Hello everyone, Jatin is here, and in today's endgame video I am going to go over the most basic Philidor endgame position which everybody should know in my opinion, but sadly people mess up and people often lose this position with the defending side. In this case it's black to move, and so it's the position you should know by heart, and you should also know by black side how to draw the Philidor position. It's defending technique that's help you to draw rook and pawn endgame where you have no pawn and your opponent have a pawn middle on the board, and then you have a proper technique to do game draw from start. So I have chosen the starting positions from defending side. So the defender king is cut off the last rank or 8th rank, and the attacker's rook is well properly placed on the 7th rank. So finally your black king doesn't part in the game, and it's white to move. One white needs to advance his pawn up and keep his king around the pawn to save him. So let's just continue from the position. So it's white to play, and white play e3. So if you from black side, you just do nothing. You can wait until pawn and king reached on the 5th rank. 5th rank is the critical square. So pawn to e3, simple pawn, king on rook on e4, attacking the pawn. King e2, just wait. Rook h4, king on d3, rook h5, pawn e4, rook to h6, king d4, pawn on b6, rook on b6, pawn e5, rook h6, and king on d5. Now finally black king and pawn have reached 5th rank. So this is the Philidor position or Philidor defensive technique, or we can call it 3rd rank defense. So 3rd rank defense or 6th rank defense from black side. So why is called the 3rd rank defense? Now black rook disabling the white king to advance forward on the 6th rank. So basically here white have to do nothing and black also have to do nothing, and this game you can draw. So one thing is, remember, don't move your king from the queening square anywhere until you get check. So you can just wait, and you can whether you can play your king on g6, b6, doesn't matter. So you can play rook on b6, and now white king cannot make any progress because 6th rank is cut to his advance. So if white tries to give the check, so come one step down, don't leave the queening files. So if if your opponent move the rook on h7 and he just wait, so you also move your king on rook on g6 and wait. So finally, if white try to move his pawn on the 6th rank and make the shelter for the king on d6. So first rule in the Philidor defense: when your opponent puts the pawn on the 6th rank, as soon as pawn reached on the 6th rank, you move your rook behind and give the check from behind. Okay. Now if you play like this move. So now king crossed that 6th rank. Now next move is checkmate threat via rook h8. Okay, so now pawn reached on the 6th rank. So move your rook behind the board. Okay, so if your opponent try to move rook on d6, give the check via d1, and now your white king cannot hide behind the pawn because pawn on the 6th rank. So if you play rook e5, king e5, rook e1, king f6, rook f1, and this game is basically and theoretically draw until your opponent accept the draw. So if your king come on the e5, then e1, and a white king cannot leave the pawn alone, and so this game is draw. So I hope you understand the Philidor position. So when pawn and king until they reach on the 5th rank, you have to do nothing, just wait and watch. And second thing, uh, when pawn and king reach on the 5th rank, your king should have on the you should keep your rook on the 6th rank and disabling your opponent's king to advance on the 6th rank. Okay, and third rule is don't leave your king from the queening square. If you get check, then move your king on the same file of the queening square. Okay, so I hope you understand. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.